Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a productive last couple of sessions working on the Jeep here, and today is a Saturday morning, and if I've got a little bit of a smile on my face, it's because I'm bugging my butt out of town tomorrow, going to Montana for a few days, so I need a little break. It's been a rough week or two. Anyway, so I've got, if you watched the last episode, I started hanging the back springs. And today my goal is to get the frame lifted up, pull that differential from the back end back underneath there and get ready to hang the back differential back on its suspension and then go to the front. So that's what the plan is today. I've just about got coffeed up. I got a little bit more to go before I can really get started. But I'm going to put a little Pink Floyd on so I won't be able to have much sound going, or YouTube won't let me upload this video. But I'm going to put a little Pink Floyd on and do a little work here. So I'll let you look over my shoulder and watch what we do today. Okay, well, I thought this might be a good place to pause for a second and give you a quick update on how this went. So you saw that I had to get the frame up pretty high, so I set it on my ladder at the front here so I could get it high enough to swing that differential underneath it with the wheels still on there and the wheels up on those wheel dollies so that it was easy to roll around. And I had to swing it out here and spin it around so it went in with the yoke pointed to the front and the spring base plates on the bottom, because that's essential. So what I've got now is I got my shims here. So I believe, don't quote me, but I believe those are about 6-degree shims. That those are going to sit basically on top of that spring down there on the center pin and up right up here. See if I can get the camera under here. So they're going to go basically here, and over that pin on the center of the leaf bundle. And then we'll just come back up here, stick a bolt through the center, and we'll be ready for U-bolts to bolt that thing back down together. So, not sure. I'm looking for a camera angle. Oh, I was going to show you too. I just stuck a piece of rope around the pinion yoke there, just to hold it level, so because it keeps wanting to just spin the heavy side down, so I've just got that kind of wrapped around the frame over here. But I don't know for sure that I'll find a good spot to let you watch what I'm doing. Maybe I'll stick you up in the front under the Jeep here, and I'll mess around with this a little bit, see if I can get these all put together. So I'll be back. Well, we just hit minor setback number 1 of hanging the back shackles, or the back springs. So this is one of the large bushings that I got out of the replacement kit, the new kit from Energy Suspension. So this is an 1.5 inch diameter here to go in the spring eye. And then the bushing, or the shoulder, I guess is what you'd call it here, is a 1/2 inch thick. However, what I took out was this one before, that I think I got these with these springs, and this is a 1/4 inch shoulder on this thing. So the 1/4 inch shoulders fit in my gap on my hanger here. Those are 1/2 inch too wide to fit here. So if I bring this up, it just won't fit between the hangers there. So I'm gonna leave this for now because I have to, there's nothing else I can do. I'm not gonna worry about trying to get U-bolts on it, right? Oh, sorry. So, okay, so that's a little bit of a setback, and I'm gonna have to kind of stop for now and reach out to the energy suspension guys and see if I can just buy 4 bushings by themselves or some other kind of kit that have the narrower shoulder so that they'll fit between my hangers. So I'm gonna move up to the front now and see about getting my front hung back up, kind of similar to what I did here, at least get the springs there and just make sure no other surprises. The front should be fine because I think the front, I'm expecting those springs to be the same thickness as the stock springs, but this set that I have, I bought these, I think these are Rancho springs, and they're like 2 inches wide in the back, which I think is 1/2 inch wider than the stock spring was there. So anyway, that's what happens when you resto mod something. You're not putting all original parts back on, and every now and then you run into something like this. You just got to keep a good attitude about it and roll with the problem and figure out a solution and come back to it when you can. So good thing I'm not on some time frame where we're trying to have this thing ready for the Baja 1000 race or something. So we'll just fix this, and I will update you when I know what I'm going to do about these. But I don't think there's any way to realistically trim this down without just making a mess out of it. So I'll just reach out to the guys at Energy Suspension and see if I can get me some with the narrower shoulder in black, of course, so they all match up with everything else. So I'll set you down again and migrate up to the front, and we'll see if we have any better luck up there. All right, well, I didn't really show you this, and I thought I better take a minute to explain because I was giving you my big dissertation on why my bushing shoulders were too thick. So once again, read the damn instructions, Don. When I got ready to do the front springs, what I found was that there's 2 packages in the box from Energy Suspensions, and they all looked the same. There were the big, 1.25 inch bushings and the small bushings for the spring hangers. They were not. They had the thicker shoulders for the front springs and the thinner shoulders for the back springs. So problem solved. I got everything sorted out. That's all put together, and I just should have stopped again, just like I did on the hanger itself, and just gone, wait a second, this doesn't look right, and looked a little bit further. So once I did that, better late than never, it sorted itself out. I don't have to order any more parts, and I have all the springs hung up there just fine. So as I started looking at putting the front differential in, I was like, oh, I gotta pull that thing out and spin it around and put it in the other way. And as I was doing that, I was thinking to myself, now, how on earth did I get both these differentials turned completely around and have to turn them both the other way? And then I realized I had just turned the thing around the wrong way and had to do it again the right way. So I didn't have them both backwards. Well, that's a good day's work done, I believe. So let's start over here. All of the jack stands are over there against the wall. You know what that means? None of the jack stands are holding up this rolling chassis that is rolling again. It's on its own wheels. Springs are sprung, differentials are different, and I'm just got my cross member sitting there on a box waiting for some bolts to get here. It's been a lovely spring-ish day today. It's the first day I've worked with the garage door open this whole time. So cleaned the garage up, got ready to pull the car back in, and I'm putting the fridge back in the truck so that we can go to Montana tomorrow. So that's a wrap. I'll see you next time around, and then most likely we're going to have to address this box of tubes. I'm just gonna have to strengthen my resolve and dive into that thing and start getting some fuel lines and brake lines run. There won't be any putting that off for much longer. So stay with me and I'll see you next time around, and we'll tear into that nasty box of twisted up tubes and such.